Hello, hello. I'm just going to warn you, this is a very long video. It's Sunday night. I've already made a video today, but I'm still in the arty mood, especially after this. So I'm just going to work on tomorrow's video today. And speaking of tomorrow, today for you. No, I don't know when for you. I'm going to my art group tomorrow. I haven't been in so long. I think I went once or twice while I was still in my cast. You know what I should do? I should make a welcome to my channel video, because I have a few new subscribers and I haven't done anything like that. So this is going to be a very long video, and it's going to be a repeat for the old people, because they've heard this all before. Kind of like this one. So come back tomorrow if you don't have time for a half-an-hour video. Completely understandable. And I will do an introduction video for people, new people. Ooh, here's a pretty one. So this time I'm pulling out stuff ahead of time. So let's see what happens this time. Now this has a Halloween thing on it, but it's stuck pretty good, so I'm thinking we can cover it up somehow. Like here's some green, leaf green acrylic, but probably pretty transparent. But it might back it up a little. So who am I? I am Beth. I live in South Carolina. I have the pleasure, the luck of living in a lake house and a beach house. Yes, I know I'm very lucky. I don't have, first of all, let me just say, I don't teach anything on this channel. You might see me do something and you're like, oh, how did she do that? Can she show us? No. I usually do everything wrong, and I don't profess to do anything right or know how to do anything. So I do not teach. I just do. And a lot of times it's the luck of the draw that happens. I am very intuitive. I am not trained. Duh, like we all didn't already know that. I let the paper and prefer the paper or whatever I'm working on to do the teaching or the guiding of how it wants to be used. I am a fiber person. I am a quilter and a paper person. Probably in that order. Been doing quilting a lot longer for that. But I love them both. I've always been a scrapbooker. When I say always, that was my preferred method of documenting our travels, which we have done a lot of traveling over the years, my husband and I, until COVID. A lot of things happened until COVID to a lot of people, right? Now this is deli paper, so this watercolor is not going to work, but I kind of like it bubbling up like that. Maybe I can add a little bit of water to this acrylic and see what happens. Oh, that's a little bit better. And then let that dry and then add watercolor on top of it, perhaps. I was raised in California, in the San Francisco area. I came here a long time ago for a summer vacation and have never left. I got married, got divorced, remarried, and thankfully the second one was much better trained. his first wife trained him very well. Mainly because he was scared to death of her. Anyhow, I have 3 stepchildren, which I am not a part of at the moment for the last 3 years. I can't go into it on YouTube especially. That's why we're apart. Nor do I want to. It's nobody's business but mine. And I have a granddaughter from that, which I am involved with greatly because we spend almost every weekend with her, unless we're at the beach, which has just been recently. We just bought a beach house. This was our second winter. So we bought it a year and a half ago. And we bought it because my mom and dad had passed away and we owned their house as an investment. And our granddaughter loves going to the beach, even though she gets to play in a lake here. But we have friends that have a beach house down at the same place we do, and their granddaughters are the same age as our granddaughter, and blah, 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 blah. So we found one quite easily that we liked. The price was, okay. Never going to be cheaper, as my husband says. And we bought it. So, right now, we are bi-coastal. We spend the winters at the beach and the summers at the lake. We rent the beach house the rest of the time because it pays for itself that way. Our rental fees pay our taxes and land lease agreements and all that kind of stuff. We don't own the land it's on because it's in a park and they own the land. I'm not sure how that works. I just go and enjoy. I broke my ankle. What else? Okay, that's kind of a minute detail, but it was very important this year. I have 2 sisters. I don't do, like I said, I don't have sponsors. My husband is my sponsor. He doesn't know it, but he is. He does know it, but he doesn't complain. Thankfully. I'm very lucky. We've been married 26 years. We met as he was going through a divorce, and I was at the very end of a divorce. He was at the very end of a divorce, fighting over money. And I was his banker, and I was having to call him every day. Mr. Allen, you're overdrawn $500. Mr. Allen, you're overdrawn $400. Because she was spending money every day, and he was trying to document it. She's a very, very, very unhappy lady. Still, to this day, very unhappy. And I'm going to go through here and look for some stuff for my collage journal, which I have lost. I say that a lot. Maybe not, because I can't find it. Huh. I'm in the middle of changing my craft room around. We might just keep painting deli paper because we can't find it. Where did I put it? I just had it yesterday. I say that a lot too. Just had it. What else? We have a brand new puppy. We had a dog for 16 years. We lost it in August of last year. And that was the love of our lives. A Maltese named Humphrey Bogey. And we didn't think we wanted another dog for quite a while. But we started changing our minds around Christmas. And we thought, all right, let's just start looking. And as soon as we started to adjust our minds to looking, we found one. I did break my ankle in September, which was just now, finishing physical therapy. I've been graduated for a week from physical therapy. 3 months in a cast and 4 months of physical therapy. It was a very bad break. Plates and screws up the wazoo. I'm not doing anything here. I'm just talking and painting. I make videos. Why do I make videos? Because I love the process. To me, the process is almost as fun as the product. I'm a huge process person, even in my quilting. I do a lot of slow stitching, which is what they call stitching by hand, because I love that process. I love touching it. I love touching fabric, blah, 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 blah. I think about it. I'll put some quilts that I've made in the last year or so. At the beginning of COVID, I made a bunch of quilts. Tops. They're not quilted. I don't quilt. I do the piecing part. The quilting part, I do by what they call credit card. Somebody else does it for me. But during COVID, that is not going to happen. My husband is not retired. He is way past the age of retiring, but he is a very active person, and he would not be a good retired person. So he's slightly semi-retired. He's self-employed. So he has, oops, wrong side, obviously. He has the option of doing what he wants when he wants, and most of the time. And he was able to find a lady, which is still some learning difficulties there, but he's able to find a lady that could be a partner, and she would do most of the work eventually, and he would be a kind of like a silent partner. So he still would have income. When you're self-employed, you don't always, you have to make your own retirement plans. And he has done that, but since he will not be good sedentary, he had to come up with some options. And one of his options was his daughter, and then she put a kink in the wrench and said, I'm not going to do that as a career. And he had to regroup, and it took him several years to find this lady, and had a couple little bumps along the way, but it's helping. So he's not retired yet. I have been retired for probably 10 years. But I started working when I was 13, and I'm no longer 13, let's just say. So I feel like I put my time in the hopper. What else is there about me? I do journaling. I love traveling, and I started to say this and I got sidetracked. I do that a lot too. I started scrapbooking a long time ago. Our trips, because we both love to travel. Well, my husband didn't know he liked to travel till he met me. Then he discovered, oh gosh, I do like to do this. And once he said yes, we've been going ever since, till this year. But I was running out of room. I have 26 12 by 12 albums, I think. Which, I mean, it takes an album and or sometimes two to document a trip for me. I'm kind of an overdoer when it comes to the paper. Overcolored, overdoer, over everything. But, and we live in a very small house, by choice, and it's like, where am I going to put these if I keep going like this? Well, about that same time, I found a traveler's notebook. I was like, whoa, what is this? What is this? And I fell in love with that size for the very same reason a lot of people do. It's less intimidating, and there's just something about that size. I love that size. I try to do a lot of my work, play, documenting in that size. Thus the name 4x8 paper stuff, because I love that size. God, these are gorgeous, aren't they? Let's experiment here. Let's put a bunch of paint down and drop a bunch of water on it. Since I'm not trained, I don't know how a lot of stuff reacts unless it's trial by error. Sometimes it's a trial, sometimes it's an error, sometimes it works. I don't really like that color, but so I found Traveler's Notebooks, gosh, 4 years ago or more, maybe. I don't remember. Kirty, one of my very long time viewers, will know. I've been on YouTube. I made quilting videos at first. That channel no longer exists, and then I switched over to paper, changed my name, and went incognito for my stepchildren, and started making these kind of videos, process videos, because I'm about the process. And I don't plan. It's quite obvious. I don't plan. I do not teach. I just do. And I have a lot of fun doing. And that's enough for me. Keeps me happy. And I make the videos because I love that process too. I'm not technically savvy at all, so perhaps I should find a new way to express my happiness through my art, but it is what it is. Sometimes I don't learn my lessons quickly. So far it's been 4 years. But I really do enjoy the process of all of this. And I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it for the friendship. I love making friends around the world, which I do have quite a few viewers that have been here for quite a while that are from all over, which is the coolest thing. One I've talked to every day for several years, and lots of different parts of the world, depending on where I am or she is, which to me is just outstanding. We get each other. We like all the same things. She loves to travel. We've been to a lot of the same places, which is really cool. And that's, to me, the fun of having something available like the internet. Other than that, I'm kind of boring. I'm really boring, actually. You might hear a dog in the background. Puppy howling. He just came in from playing outside with my husband. A lot of times I try to put my outside environment in my video somehow, just to add some spice and flavor. And we got our paddleboard out, my paddleboard out today. It's a little too cold for me. My granddaughter was on it. She was just standing on it. I sit on it because I'm not athletic at all, thus the broken ankle. But I sit on it and paddle. I did a whole series on scenes from the paddleboard or something like that, where I went out every morning and did a paddleboard at the beginning of my videos. I do not know how to make playlists. Don't tell anybody. That's why they're not organized better. And that's me, Beth, South Carolina. I'll talk a lot about California because I spent the first 18 years of my life, almost 18 years there. I'm very disorganized. I love color. Although I have gotten down some vintage, not vintage, but natural color rabbit holes, which I will admit I don't hate, but I'm still a color person. So that's me. Welcome to everybody. I don't remember to say it enough. Welcome and thank you. And I'm glad you're watching. I'm glad you're subscribing. If you feel like subscribing, go ahead. I'm going to continue to look for my collage planner because I don't know what I did with it. I love collaging. That I have discovered since probably COVID. I love collaging. So, I will see you all tomorrow.